Hi everybody, this is Darrell Lonnie with assistant basketball coach Kyle Bruce. We introduced Kyle a couple of weeks ago, of course, one of the top assistants for his dad, Coach Greg Bruce. Exciting week of women's basketball, which started on Thursday night with a very good team coming to town, Northwest Nazarene, and your people played terrific, didn't they, Kyle?
They did. They played really hard. They exceeded our expectations. You know, NNU is coming in here 10-1. Great team, a lot of seniors, you know, expecting to do really well in the league, but our girls played hard. They played with a lot of heart, a lot of passion. It was definitely good to see. Katie played phenomenal, and our position players, our point guards and our wings and our posts played better than their point guards, wings and posts, which was the key to the game. And that big run in the second half, the 18-4 run over 10 minutes and some change, was huge for our team.
Katie Torlin continues to do things that we talk about every week. In this game, she sets a GNAC record for free throw attempts, 21, and tied the record for makes, which was 18. And on a night where she doesn't shoot the ball that well from the field, she does all of the other things to help her team win, which is really symbolic of a great player, isn't it?
Right. She had a double-double that game. She had 11 rebounds, 24 points. You know, she's a great player. She guarded Kristen Hine really well. Hine, one of their best players. She played really good defense on her, and like you said, her shots weren't going, but there's so many facets to her game that if you foul her, she's going to make her free throws, and she can make some threes, and she can get some rebounds, offensive putbacks. So she has a complete game, and she really came to play that game.
Seattle Pacific comes in Saturday, another very difficult team to play against. You wind up losing the game, but I know as a coaching staff, you didn't feel that your team played poorly. It was just simply a matter you played a really good team who plays outstanding defense, huh, Kyle?
Right. Seattle Pacific's, they're hungry, I think, is a good way to describe them. They're picked to finish second in the GNAC this year. They've won it the last 2 years in a row. And they have a lot of returning players. They are very well coached. You know, they play great defense, like you said. They're just really talented from top to bottom. They're going to be tough out for anybody, and I think they're definitely in a lot better shape than they've been. I spoke to one of them after the game, and she said they all came back just determined to just do whatever they could this year to do really well in the league. So they came in with a lot of fire.
If indeed they are a postseason tournament team, and they certainly look like they're going to be, they're the type of team that could do very well in the postseason because of the balance they have, because of how good they are in defense, coupled with the fact they can score the ball. Huh?
Exactly. You know, their defense is the key. It's what makes them go. They love getting those steals and layups, and you know, in the postseason, defense is what's going to win games for you. And you know, they're one of the elite teams defensively that we've played this year for sure, and they can also score, which helps.
The schedule maker for women's basketball evidently said, you know, I don't like Western Oregon because here comes the next opponent, following two very good opponents, is Western Washington, who's as good as what you've seen, I suppose, huh, Kyle?
They might even be better. You know, they just flat out outscore people. They beat Anchorage by 20. Anchorage was only allowing 48 points a game. Western Washington had 48 with 17 minutes to go in the game.
Oh.
They ended with 78. They have 3 players averaging more than 14 points a game, including the GNAC leading scorer, Jessica Summers. She had 18 and 9 rebounds a game. You know, they're good. They've only lost to 2 opponents this year. Both of them are ranked in the top 10. Yeah, they're going to be a tough out.
This will complete 3 games at home to start the season for Western Oregon. And then the first road game, Kyle, comes up Saturday. You play one of your rivals, Central Washington. What about them this year?
You know, they have a really good starting lineup. They're not as deep as they've been, but they have some experience. They got a couple of Division I transfers that are starting for them, and their center is a 3-year starter, I believe, so she has a lot of experience. You know, they're physical. They bang on the boards. They can execute. They're well coached. You know, it's a tough game, and it's hard to play there. You know, Western Oregon is only 1-12 in Ellensburg, and
wow.
The only win came in 07-08 when Lita had 45 points. So they're a tough place to play, and they're a good team.
Do they support their team over there? And
They
is that
do.
one of the reasons?
They do, yeah. They have very good fan support. Gym's really nice, brand new, but yeah, it's definitely a tough place to play.
Kyle, let's close with this. Give us some thoughts. You and I talked about this a little bit on our video streams for the actual games. Give us some thoughts on your freshman class, how they're progressing, and what you think of these people.
You know, they're playing really well. Lori Clifford, our point guard, had probably her best weekend. She played really well against Northwest Nazarene, then followed it up with a good performance against Seattle Pacific. Hannah Witzett's played really well off the bench for us. She was our second player to score 100 points this year, which was the previous weekend against the two Colorado schools, so I believe she has around 130 points already for a freshman, which is really good. Yeah. Jamie Richardson comes in. She can really guard somebody. That's her strength right now, is her defense. She's a work in progress offensively, but right now her defense is something we haven't had. And Courtney Martin off the bench, she had really productive minutes. She only played 4 minutes against Seattle, but she had 2 offensive rebounds and 4 points. So, you know, she's been productive in her minutes. And Lindsay Shearer is a redshirt freshman, and she started her first 2 career starts this weekend. And, you know, she played really well. She's really good on defense. She gets into people. She can be physical, and she can get some rebounds. And, you know, against NNU, she had double figures, which is really big for your first start for a freshman.
Good. Kyle Bruce. Kyle will join me for Saturday's video stream of the men's game against Northwest Nazarene on Saturday. Kyle and the coaching staff, of course, are in business coaching their own team come Thursday night against Thursday afternoon, to be specific, 5:15 against Western Washington, and then on the road this weekend, Central Washington. Have a good week of practice. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Daryl.
Kyle Bruce, and this is Daryl Lonnie.